Namaste. It's the Spiritual Daywalker with your tarot card reading for this full moon. And this full moon is in Aries. It's conjunct Chiron. So Taurus, it is about putting yourself out there, right? And you just learned to care about your own business. And now you got to express that and face whatever it is that you're like carrying around for ages. That is the Chiron conjunction, right? That's the wounded healer. And you're probably like, you just learned how to mind your own business, and now you're like, no, guys, you're all fucked in the head. I'm gonna show you how to mind your own business because that's worked for me. And that's exactly the energy, right? So it feels to me like you're not exactly fond of that energy because you just found your peace, and then in putting yourself out there, how you found your peace and sharing that with someone or with the greater public or whatever, you're fulfilling exactly that energy. That is very funny, right? So you don't want to play the game, and that's exactly how you're starting to play the games. Like you show others how to get out of it. And that's a very funny twist right there. And that being said, it is a general reading. If the message doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does resonate with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe, and share to whoever might enjoy this style of reading. I'm going to do a DNA spread. That is the soul coming into manifestation, and the energy is balancing around it. We have 2 weeks before solar eclipse, so this is a time for manifesting. Like this, putting yourself out there could be the start of something very, very long lasting and beautiful for you. Let's see how this pans out. Needs one more shuffle. So in the spot of your soul, like I said, your soul decided that it's not going to bother anymore. That's conflict, right? Five of Wands is conflict, but if it's in your soul spot, that means your soul decided on how to deal with this, what energy to incorporate or not to incorporate. So there are no bad cards in the soul spot. If your soul decided it's time to get out of the Five of Wands, that means you're not engaging anymore. You're not engaging in conflict anymore. That's your soul going, fuck that shit, I'm out of here. So basically exactly what I already felt when I was shuffling and just combining the energies is you're like, you know what, I don't need this, right? And you probably in the course of this manifestation show someone how to get themselves out of conflict, um, also, right? So in the spot of the 9 there is your major insight or challenge that you're going through, what you have to, yeah, like the topic of this experience. In a sense, it's a little hidden, but it's going to be clear to you in the end. That is the devil. That is the toxicity you're facing, which you're not engaging with anymore. And in the last reading you also had the devil, and I believe even the Five of Wands. So it's like talking about that devil. See, that's the toxic stuff. The toxic stuff you're not engaging with anymore, and you're not thinking like, I'm so healthy and grounded and whatever. And that guy with the cigarette in his mouth is trying to tell me something about life and toxicity. So, yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm doing. So your soul decided to not engage with conflict anymore, and you kind of presented the devil to, well, fortify your decision right here. So it's either you're moving away from the devil and then encountering another one. I strongly get the sense that this is people, just because I'm thinking of this, like the last reading, and it was very much like you being put off by how people deal with their emotionality and whatever, and you're just like, oh, gosh, guys, really, you know, that kind of deal. And it seems like there's an echo coming in where you made your decision to not engage, and universe be like, oh really, okay, cool, show me how you do that, show me how you're not engaged with this, right? However, the devil is not exactly a bad card, right? The devil is a card for indulgence, for also an energy that you as an earth sign are very fond of, because it's about reality. Like the devil is basically fire and water duality coming in a manifestation as air and earth, so to speak. If that's too nerdy for you, it means seeing the world for what it is. Some people call it realism. I'm not a big fan of the word, right? Because there's always a meta level to it. That's my Aquarius moon, never mind. So the devil is very much appreciating things as they present themselves and indulging in those things, right? So it is a cool energy, and it is not exactly grounded in a sense that not finding that inner peace kind of grounding. It is rooted, right? Rooted in this world. So how you're dealing with the trials and tribulations of this world, right? That's all in that card. How you're dealing with that devil, right? It says something as like some things you just like have to walk away from, but some things you cannot walk off, right? That's all in that card. Now let's see how you're manifesting that. There's the Lovers. That is very beautiful. The Lovers and the Devil. So you're manifesting a soul connection here. You get a strong sense that it feels like a mentoring, right? You're not engaging in conflict anymore. And then like that devil kind of is still with you, because it's like it's going up and down in that tree, right? It's a DNA spread, right? So the devil is always somewhere in that energy. But you decided to get out of conflict, and you're manifesting a soul connection that feels the same way. It feels like a Bonnie and Clyde moment, where you're like, the moment you decide to walk away from a devil, you're encountering, like you're finding a soul connection. Now the question is whether in that soul connection there's still toxic traits where you're like, oh shit, I kind of don't get around it. I kind of have to deal with it somehow, or help them walk away from that, right? So it's probably that you're walking away from a devil, meeting someone, they have a devil in their life they need to walk away from, and you show them, right? That devil can be addiction, it can be relationship issues, like can be toxic people, can be toxic situations, whatever, right? This very much feels like a mentorship where you show someone how you came to walk away from a devil, and you're facing the devil of another here. Yeah, like I said, can be addiction. mm, Talking about addiction, right? It probably is, since I'm smoking a cigarette, it probably is, puts a lot of associations in your mind, I guess. So it's like, or it can be like whatever, losing weight or like getting fit, for example, or something like that. You're going to show someone how to leave something behind they've been struggling with or indulging with, like self-imposed indulgence, right, for a long time. Now let's see how this energy, like these energies are panning out. This experience is actually coming into manifestation. What is driving you from that Five of Wands? The Mother of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that's that toxic person. That's both. Like, it's you not feeling sexy and worthy, and then you realize it's not me, it's them. It's someone in my life that it's an unbalanced Mother of Wands. It's a fiery energy that is lashing out and very demanding, where you're like, motherfucker, I don't deserve this. You're making me feel shitty about myself. Because that card is both, right? When you cannot feel sexy, or someone is not feeling sexy and behaving like an asshole about it. I'm swearing a lot in this reading, but somehow, I mean, like, there's a devil in the middle, right? Of course. And swearing, well, it is kind of a nice example for that devil energy, because swearing has proven to, like, it's scientifically proven to enhance your self-worth, your self-confidence, right? And also your ability to take pain. So I believe it was like people holding their hands in an ice bucket, and the ones that were allowed to swear lasted like 2 minutes longer or whatever, right? Or even if it was 20 seconds, it was significant. So the swearing is very much already that devil energy, where you're using like worldly means to enhance your experiences. Does that make sense? Whatever. Don't want to get too nerdy on this. There's a person you're moving away from because they made you feel shitty about yourself, because they actually feel shitty about themselves and have like a narcissistic persona to them, narcissistic traits. They can be good at heart, right? They can be good at heart, and it can even be a soul connection, right? It can even be someone where you feel a strong connection with, and then it's even more shattering when they show the traits that they learned through their life that are actually devious, you know? So can also be like that, where you're like, oh, this feels so strong, but fuck no. Fuck no. Still, if that's so, you're gaining a new one, because the Lovers is upright. So there is a commitment to someone, or a path you're going that is very long lasting and gonna be with you for a long time, and the rewards you reap from that gonna be with you for a long time. So it's like you're not losing the Lovers here, you're moving into that Lovers. I strongly get the sense you're deciding against something that is hurting you. You're moving into a soul connection that you actually deserve. There's that Devil in the middle though, so you're probably helping them. Let's see. Balancing that Mother of Swords on the other hand. Yeah, exactly. There's a card for self-doubt, for the wounded warrior, right? That's exactly the energy you're not engaging with anymore. So this Mother of Wands used to make you feel shitty about yourself, doubting yourself, because they had taken their shit out on you subconsciously, whatever, you know, but very physically probably. And what is giving you balance in that is coming out of that Nine of Wands energy, where you realize, wait, I'm not incapable at all. As a matter of fact, I'm just before the finish line, and you're letting go of that wound, those wounds that you have been carrying. Now, what you realize about those energies balancing, where you're coming out of the self-doubt, and then you're realizing, hey, that Mother of Wands is like totally triggering me. How the fuck? So you're realizing you need to talk. There is the talk, and it's the ability to share emotions, um, to look for community, right? And if that person is a true Mother of Wands, if that is a person, right, like for that matter, and if she or he, whatever the pronoun, is a true Mother of Wands, you're not going to be able to talk with them about emotions. If they're like in reverse, and they're lashing out, they're going to be right, no matter, and they're not going to listen to you. So fuck that, right? You find yourself arguing about some stupid shit, where you're halfway through the discussion, you're enraged, or even worse, frustrated, and then realize, I don't even care about the topic. What I care about is that they want to be right so bad that they're willing to kill for it. This is like, and they're killing you. So you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is turn to some friends, where you're like, you know what? Actually, I've used to be so self-doubting because they always like impose their shit on me. But guys, do you think it's right? Do you think like, am I overreacting here? No, you're not. You're not. And your peers are going to tell you. So it seems like you have a community that is supporting you in this shift, that is not exactly about conflict, but rather about um, yeah, helping each other out, listening to each other, right? So you have someone to communicate that is going to help you with leaving that energy behind. That is a good thing. So talk to your friends about it. They're going to tell you, fuck no, you don't deserve this, right? If you need that final push to get away from that energy. Now let's see, surrounding that Devil in the challenge row, in your spot of the 4, there's a 5 of Pentacles. Wow, that is shit. I mean, like, there's no shit cards in tarot, but the four, spot of the four means your fallback idea, where you find, like, where you feel home, where you feel secure. And if that is a five of pentacles, that is a change in earth energy. That is the feeling of not getting anywhere, of being left out in the cold. That has kind of grown on you. Wow. Be careful with that. That is a wound, right? And that is a very toxic way of finding your peace. Is well, it's that you know what, it's not going to happen anyway, kind of deal, right? If that is your fallback idea, if that is the thought that gives you like a feeling of security, you know what, it's not going to happen anyway. So you don't have to bother about it, right? You can like um well, walk off your ambition and determination. It's like, ooh, um, wow. I mean, like it doesn't exactly have to mean something negative. It just means like if there's a five, like a shift, a change in your earth energy, in your manifestation, that's always something moving in life. And if something's moving in life that you not exactly initiated, then ego is going crazy. So it's seldomly like a nice feeling, right? So if you find peace in not feeling nice, and you're trying to just like make yourself comfortable with the idea that it's not gonna feel nice, that's not gonna feel nice. That's a problem, right? And that problem is coming from that fucking mother of wands. Like, I'm sorry, but not sorry. Um, it doesn't have to be a person in your life right now. It can be a reflection of your childhood, or some figure that influenced you and disappointed you at the same time, right? And you've kind of been so constantly disappointed that that this is something you feel home in, that this is a thought you feel home in, right? You know, they're not gonna understand it anyway. Yeah, maybe they're right. Maybe I am useless. But no, you know. Um, On the other hand, the thing that is causing conflict or friction with this energy, which is a good thing because that energy needs a little friction and needs to be rattled. So in the spot of the five, bam, there you go. There's that Ace of Wands. That is the true fire energy. There's a full potential that is not in form yet, so you don't know where it's going. It's just the impulse where where you're like, you know what? I actually do want to feel worth something. I actually do want to build something, create something that is not for shit, you know? I want to beat that devil with that fucking stick, you know? Um, so that Ace of Wands is going to cause friction, but it's exactly the friction you want, because that friction is getting you out of confrontation. Does that make sense? You don't want that constant confrontation anymore. You don't want that constant conflict anymore. So you have to engage in that one fight where this fire energy is bringing you, where you're like, you know what? I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I'm overcoming this. I'm walking away from it. But that is, of course, friction, right? If you're the one making a change in your reality for once, right? Well, it's not the first change you initiated, but it's gonna feel like this. You're like, for once, I'm gonna make the decision here, and I'm gonna change up the physical. I'm gonna pick where I want to go, right? It's not always that mother of wands, right? Man, I'm trying to get, like, I'm trying not to get stuck in that narrative, but like if you're moving from that mother of wands out of confrontation, that is so it's such a love reading here, man. Fuck. It doesn't have to be, it can be your boss where you're like, you know what, fuck you, I'm out of here. Um, it can even be your mother, right? It can be some situation where you realize, or your father as well, right? Where you realize the way they've been taking out their like passion on me made me feel self-doubt and left alone, right? And that's not what you want to do. But what you got from that, if we're like, coming from that parent perspective, and the parents are always in somewhere, it's a kind of a safe bet, right? So you're realizing that Mother of Wands, like how that mother dealt with their fire energy is shit. But what you got from it is that Ace of Wands. You have that passion yourself, right? You have that passion yourself, and you can use it any way you see fit. And it's probably not going to be that way, right? It's going to be kinder. It's going to be, right? Because you carry a lot of wounds with that, so don't take it out on other people, especially if that's coming from like a childhood experience. By trying not to be like our parents, we end up being exactly like them. It's always like that, right? So be careful that this Ace of Wands is not going to turn into a Mother of Wands, where you're like, I told myself I get out of conflict, so fuck you. Well, that is conflict, you know? So let's see what you're manifesting. I'm talking a lot, but it's a fun reading somehow. Um, let's see what you're manifesting. In the spot of the 7, what you're very much attached to, build your identity around, is a Father of Pentacles. That is cool. That is a very wise, nurturing energy. That is like your energy. This is so Earth, right? And that's kind of fixed Earth. You are fixed Earth, Taurus. I mean, like, this Father of Pentacles is the one nurturing, and you want to be nurturing, but you want that, like, you don't want to be taken advantage of, right? And it seems like this Father of Pentacles needs a little appreciation. On the other hand, the other side, the spot of the 8, the thing that's going to give you abundance and kind of get you out of that, well, not exactly out of that. You don't want to get out of the Father of Pentacles, but it's not moving though, and it's easily to be taken advantage of. Now let's see. The spot of the 8, what gives you abundance, is the World. You're closing. You're closing out a chapter that has been with you for a long time. And well, if this is about a relationship that is not as long, right, maybe just a year or so, this relationship will always be a representation of something you did over and over in the past. Because that World card is talking about like at least 7 fucking years. And it can, for some, it can be 21, depending on how old you are, right? But that World card is a long fucking time. It's a chapter in your life that you are closing with that Father of Pentacles looking the other way. It's very interesting, very, very interesting. So what's happening internally is a very strong battle of good and evil. But what's happening on the external are so beautiful energies. There's a Father of Pentacles, a World, and a Lovers. Damn. Wow. Now let's see, in the spot of the 6, what you're learning from that, the insight that is going to help you feel better also. It's a Daughter of Swords. A Daughter of Swords, or a Page of Swords, that is a new mindset coming in, like an idea, a very conscious idea you have. It's air energy, right? So it's about the mind, and it's a new beginning. So it is a new way of thinking that kind of, or like a truth, like an insight where you're like, you know what? Actually, you're right. I don't need that shit. You know, I need to get away from that devil, because like I've been trying to hold space, and I like a Father of Pentacles and a Mother of Wands in reverse. Guess who's suffering? Yeah, yeah, the Father of Pentacles, of course. And it is, you're like, you need to be that Father of Pentacles. I'm not tackling that. You like, you want to be nurturing. You want to like set things right so they can grow. That Father of Pentacles is very much tied to your passion right here, to that Ace of Wands, and well, to that Mother of Wands also. I mean, like, your passion is being that nurturer, right? Is being successful in your reality, being a shoulder to cry on, being like all that stuff, right? Being valued for being there for other people, and having a strong stance yourself. That's what you like very much enjoy. And yeah, this is what you're going into more. So there is that internal decision. You're not going to put up with that anymore. The moment you make that decision, that's when the lovers are coming in, right? but before they can come in, there has to be at least that internal decision to close out that cycle, where you're like, you know what? I feel in my soul I have to stop engaging in that conflict. It's not my bullshit to carry. I do wanna be able to help other people, but if it's not appreciated, right, it's just not worth it, right? And you're closing out that cycle, right? Coming from getting out of the self-doubt, realizing that this self-doubt has not exactly been working out for you, and then moving into that world, closing that cycle. That is exactly the cycle you're closing surrounding that devil. And on the other hand, there's a Mother of Wands into the Ace of Wands into the Father of Pentacles. So your way of translating passion in your reality is being a Father of Pentacles. It's like getting a grip on reality, helping people ground themselves, all that stuff. And guess what? That is not this person right here. It's not exactly helping. Well, like it gave, let's say, it gave you a lot of capacity for bullshit, right? And but now it's gotten to the point where you carry the well, where you carry the wounds for a long time, and through that exercise right now, you realize like it's been overboard. You realize where you carry those wounds and that you don't want to carry those wounds anymore, right? And you're manifesting that lovers. That is very nice. And maybe in that lovers there's going to be some residue. I mean, like the lovers coming in before the world, or not before the world, but before the fool, right? So you have to close out the cycle. If it's coming simultaneously, then you're going to realize that the new person or the new job or whatever is coming in has traits, toxic traits of the ones you just left behind. But this one is not a lost cause. And it can even be the same person, yes, right? So that Mother of Wands can be the lovers. Like it can be your soul connection, right? I'm not telling you to leave anyone, whatever. I'm just telling you, if they act like a Mother of Wands, you're not going to convince them of shit, right? The moment they're in the soul connection, when you're like, now you're open, like this is what I've been trying to do here, and it's not exactly working because you're in that kind of energy. It's making me doubt myself, but I'm so passionate and I need to get out of this. That is this energy right here, communicating the feelings, having the talk, so it can be the same person. For most of you, it's not going to be. For most of you, I guess it is a person that you find very attractive, because they are, right? Because like very like dominant and whatever, and it's like, wow, that's a person that I can heal, and admire at the same time. That Father of Pentacles. Yeah, I want to provide that space so you can express your passion. Yeah, that's good, but do it for a lovers, right? Do it for a true commitment, because that commitment has your best interest at heart also, right? So they're not going to take out their bullshit on you. And if they do, they're going to feel the fucking pity. Like they're gonna realize it, right? So if that lovers comes in and you realize they have traits you have just been battling with, that could be exactly the purpose in the first place, the purpose for this soul connection, where you're like, now you're ready for each other, you're able to help each other here, right? They're going to make you feel good about the decision you made just by being there and being open and being like heartfelt, and with that empower you to really leave that behind by showing them how to leave their shit behind, right? So this is going to work out fine. It's not going to work out from that kind of energy though, right? I'm a fan of the Mother of Wands, but if it's upright, and if it's in reverse, it's like, yeah, it's not a nice person, right? Um, not nice, not a nice energy, especially for someone so caring, right? That is someone you can care and care and care and care for, and it's never going to be enough. So that's very, very toxic, right? And to see that in the eye, look that in the eye, that is something you're engaging. Yeah, well, the devil is a good card here, because the devil is like, it's the overall theme of that experience is like you're learning how to deal with toxic energies, leaving behind your shit. You're helping someone to deal with their toxic energies, or like how they dealt with that shit. And that is very beautiful. Now let's come to a close by saying having the Lovers in the manifestation is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. It's not just like, I feel good about myself and I'm like sitting this out alone. No, this is you feeling good about yourself by sharing your life or sharing a commitment. And that's your soul connecting and feeling that sense of purpose and longevity, stability, that sense of commitment to yourself as a person, that self-worth that comes with that. It's marvelous. It's fucking marvelous, right? So in your manifestation, all good energies, by you deciding to come out of conflict, it means that you've been enduring this for way too long, and now it's time to address it and move on from it. You're going to make up your mind. You're going to walk the walk. You're going to talk the talk, just like a real Taurus does. Taurus, if that resonates with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Check out daywalker-bali.com, daywalker-bali.shop. There's going to be something new in maybe a few months' time. But subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to keep you updated. And thank you so much for this beautiful reading. This has been fun. It's going to be fun for you. Enjoy. I love you.